All right. Welcome to BitmonkeyTV, episode 56. You're not going to see my face because this is a fixed view. I don't think you will. You see my hand, right? This is one of my favorite plant-based cheeses to make. It's a recipe I can't take full credit for it, but I've pieced together, over a dozen different recipes over the past couple years to fine-tune this one, to recreate that creamy nacho cheese you get at the ballpark or with any of those authentic nachos, when you're a little kid and you like that cheese that's no good for you. But this cheese is very, very good for you. So starts off with a cup of soaked cashews. Soak these overnight in the fridge. Get them nice and soft to where they break. I have a cup of water in this blender right here. Put that in. This is one full bell pepper. I like to mix it up, so I do half of a red and half of a yellow. And I just break them apart. I tear them by hand. Doesn't need to be too small. And that's next. So with those three ingredients, you want to blend for 1 minute. And I'm going to come say what's up in the chat. All right. Look how creamy that is. See how much of a difference if you watch last week versus this week? Last week, I started very late in the evening, and I only soaked the cashews for like 5 hours, I think, right on the dot. And it just needs a little more time than that. It gets nice and creamy on that first blend rather than getting creamy through blends 3 and 4. So next up, we got... It's not proprietary because I've shared the recipe. I can run through it. So it's a teaspoon of sea salt, pink sea salt, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of mustard seed, half a teaspoon of turmeric, chipotle powder, chili powder, cumin, curcumin, and then here I thought I had that one memorized. And then a pinch of cayenne. And I think there's, a little bit of ginger in there too. And then this one here is a zest of 1 lemon and a juice of 2. And then we just want to put in about a tablespoon of the grapeseed. And then we blend 1 more minute. Always blend on low, medium low. And then next up, we got a teaspoon of guar gum. If you don't have guar gum, you can use tapioca starch. I suppose you can use any starch you want, but I first learned the recipe with tapioca starch. I found the major difference between tapioca and guar when you cook it down. The tapioca gets very stringy, right? Whereas the guar is actually creamy and cheesy. So it's a little more expensive for sure, but well worth it in my opinion. And then you do want to grab all that excess, bring it down with a little spatula. And then we want to blend 1 more minute. And depending on your blender, sometimes 2 more, because this is where you want to get it as creamy as possible. So I found that usually on that puree method, you know, on those other blenders, I know this is a fancy one because I also do cook the cheese in here. But I'll give you some instructions on how to whisk it if you do plan on making this. And let's check it out. So one thing I forgot to mention is as you're cooking this, right, and prepping this, depending on your, like, where you are, like, you might need a little more water or a little less water, believe it or not. I know that mostly goes for baking, but I've just found the same for cooking this recipe for some reason, because each measuring cup is always different. I think that's probably the reason, right? I always eye it out, to be honest. I just go with eye, go with touch, go with feel, you know. But it is always good to follow a recipe just to understand how somebody preps it. But like, ooh, I wish you can see this. So look how creamy this is right here. Just like, it could probably use like another minute. But just like cheese, just like nacho cheese, look at that fold. Look at that fold. Ooh-wee. So I'm gonna blend it another minute because I do see just a little bit, but I'm also picky. So ooh. Let's get that in there for you guys. That's fire. That's ready. So, like, if you had one of these, all you would have to do is hit that button, saute, sauce, and dip, and it keeps blending and heating it to the point where it doesn't burn it, right? So it doesn't get it too hot. But if you're just going to do this over a medium saucepan, I'll give you my face because I feel like you'll actually listen to me if I say something to it. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. What you want to do, grab a whisk. You don't need to put any oil in the pan, but if you do want to, a little bit of grapeseed. Use either stainless steel or a nonstick. You pour it in over medium heat. Keep whisking. Don't stop whisking. Go until it starts bubbling up, like it's boiling, and then simmer. And keep whisking until you get that thickness, that desired thickness. Some like it more creamy, some like it thicker. So it's really all on how you want to keep that cheese when it's hot. And then a little pro tip, if you eat this for leftovers, right? If you have any left over, I like to let it sit in the fridge. You're going to notice the top layer crust over when it does cool. Don't worry, it's all good. You just got to blend it, right? And then after that, no more crust. So hopefully that doesn't detour you, but it's fire regardless. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of BitmonkeyTV. This is What's Cooking Thursdays. So I'm going to get a second camera view here pretty soon. That way you get that fixed view on the scene and then another view of me talking and doing the thing. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'd appreciate any feedback in the comments. Hop in the Discord for the full recipe. That's what we're doing now. So if you want the recipe, go to the Discord. Link is in the bio. The description of this video. So much love. Peace.